Now let's talk about the folding techniques. This is lecture number 2. KonMari folding techniques. In this lesson video, you will learn how to use the KonMari folding techniques by watching videos. After watching these techniques, I'll provide analysis on the pros and cons of the KonMari method. We will know how to achieve this KonMari method in no time. We will see what we need to do in order to achieve this method. So let's give you an example on how to fold jeans with the KonMari method. First, we're gonna lay the jeans flat in front of you. After that, we're gonna fold the left leg over the right, then fold in the crotch. Next, we're gonna fold over the bottom towards the waist, leaving an inch of space. Lastly, we're gonna fold inward until the jeans stand upright. So you have seen the explanation. Now, the pros and the cons. One of the pros is that it makes the jeans look neater. And if you have heavy and thick jeans, it makes them organized. One of the cons of this is that when folded, it's hard to tell which type of jeans it is. Is it short, long, or the yogurt type? So maybe you want to use this method and now you want to know how to fold t-shirts in this method. I will show you. Next we have the KonMari method of folding t-shirts. First we're gonna lay the shirt down flat in front of you. Next we're gonna fold in the right side with the sleeve flat. After that, what we need to do is fold back the sleeve halfway. Then we're gonna fold over the left side and repeat the sleeve fold so you're left with a rectangle. Then before we finish, we're gonna fold in the neckline an inch or so away from the hem. And finally, we're gonna fold halfway. And to finish, we're gonna fold in half again so it stands upright, like you see here in the picture. Now we're gonna see the pros and cons of using this method to fold a t-shirt. One of the pros is that it makes the t-shirt easy to store and stacking shirts is more compact. One of the cons is when folded, it's hard to tell which shirt to pick up without knowing the label and brand name. The only thing you can really see is the color. We now have seen this method used to fold t-shirts and jeans. But how about a long sleeve? Well, that's what we are gonna see next. To fold a sweater, we're gonna lay the sweater flat in front of you with the sleeve spread out. Next, we're gonna fold in the right side with the sleeve straight out. Next, we're gonna fold the sleeve over and down so it creates a triangle. We then repeat this process on the left side to create a rectangle. After that, we're gonna start from the top and fold inward until it stands upright. Just like you see here in these pictures. You basically just keep rolling it until you make a cylinder. And just as before, we're gonna see some pros and cons about this. Well, one of the pros is that it makes the sweater easy to store and stacking sweaters is more compact. Well, just as before, one of the cons is that when folded, it's hard to tell which sweater to pick up without knowing the label, material, and brand name. Maybe this method is more useful when you're gonna go travel to somewhere and visit another country or just go on a vacation or something. Because you can store clothes easier and it's more compact and it's gonna fit in your luggage. So you don't have any problems choosing whether to go with this or with that, you can take both. One thing you always need when going on a vacation is socks. So let's teach you how to fold socks. First, you're gonna lay the socks flat as a pair, one sock on top of the other. We then fold the toe inward about an inch from the top. Next up is folding into the center. Just fold it once. Then fold in half once more so it stands upright. And one of the pros of using this method to fold socks is that you're not gonna lose your socks, and they look neat and tidy. One of the cons, however, is that unless you know for sure, it's hard to tell which type of socks to wear. In example, low cut, knee-length socks, thigh-high, etc. The one thing that you can do in this scenario is trying to remember the patterns that your socks have. Next up, using the same method, we have the underwear. In order to use this method to fold underwear, we're gonna lay the underwear flat in front of you. And next up, we're gonna fold in half lengthwise crotch to the waistband. Then fold in the sides, and then fold over crotch again so it stands up, just like you see here in the picture. Just keep rolling it really. One of the pros of using this method to fold underwear is that it makes it easier to store, but one of the cons with this is that when folded, it's hard to tell which one to pick up without knowing the brand name or the label. So maybe you like this technique or maybe you don't like this technique. But next up, I'm gonna show you my own original technique, the Cusi folding techniques. So, in this lesson video, you will learn how to use my folding technique style called Cusi, which is basically like a stubby holder shape. Watch the videos in the next page. Here I'm gonna show you how to use my method. So this is the real twist in all of this. We're gonna use one side inside of the other side. This way you can see the label and the design on the shirt. Step 1. Lay the shirt flat in front of you. Step 2. Fold the bottom in 1/3 toward the middle of the shirt. Step 3. Fold the right sleeve to the left. Step 4. Fold the left sleeve to the right. Step 5. Fold the bottom in 1/3 to the middle of the t-shirt. Step 6. Fold again to the top of the t-shirt, leaving the collar and bits of sleeve parts visible enough. Step 7. Fold the left towards the right in half. Step 8. Fold the right into the left, allowing to tuck into the slot of the fold onto the right. Step 9. Tighten up the fold as if you hold the beer holder, stop it tightly. Leave the collar on the top visible.